Hi everyone, my name is Risha. Today is the 6th of October 2024 and I'll be going over my weekly prediction for Nvidia. As usual, we'll be going over the monthly, weekly, and finally the daily charts. And then I'll switch over to the Excel sheet where we'll review last week's prediction and go over this one in more detail. But before getting into this video, it is important to make the disclaimer that all information here is completely educational, and therefore it is important to conduct your own analysis, whatever analysis that may be, to ensure that you're comfortable with the risk, reward, and trading style, since you may not be with mine. Let me reiterate, this is not a trading or investing guide, it is simply a log of my predictions with their rationale, so please use this video in the appropriate manner. Now ignore these titles, these are from previous weekly charts. This will make more sense when we go to the weekly charts. And I've redrawn this pattern when we get to the weekly charts of a descending triangle. Obviously, this doesn't make sense with the monthly charts, but we can see that the last 5 months have been pretty non-directional. I mean, we've just increased in volatility, as in the wicks have become longer and longer and more non-directional. Well, 4 months because we can't count October, but it's becoming. We can clearly see that the wicks are going down. And you can kind of call this a channel if you want. You could even make the argument that this line here could make it kind of a broadening pattern, but we're not going to do that because it's messy and doesn't line up with the weekly charts. But you can see that RSI is completely rising up. However, the MACD histogram is showing a slowing, which we can clearly see in the volume as well. I mean, volume is clearly diverging from price, showing that there is no support whatsoever. And I've been saying this for a while. It is a very shady uptrend since it doesn't have volume support. So it is something to look out for. Now, weekly charts is what I was talking about. This here, if you can't count this because it didn't actually close below as a breakout. So I'm just going to ignore this candle. And we can clearly see that there is a descending triangle pattern going on here. Meaning that a breakout of this part here would be a clear signal that there is an upwards breakout. And we can set a target to this top resistance line, which is the all-time high of Nvidia. Now, on the flip side, if it breaks below this support here, then we have an even more long-term target, and we can see that we are aiming for the bottom of this descending triangle, where if it does continue to break down, we have an extremely strong bearish signal, and the next target would be here, and then so on and so forth. So we get this kind of signal from the it's technically a bar chart pattern, the descending triangle. However, it can be applied to candlesticks, as clearly can be seen. I mean, RSI is confirming this price movement. Clearly, we're having a more and more bearish tilt. We can see this clearly. MACD similarly shows the same thing. So this is why we have this kind of range, and we will see where Nvidia goes this week. Now, daily charts show a very, very, very similar pattern. RSI is going up, kind of confirming these past 2 or 3 weeks. Is price action. MACD is now tilted up for the last 2 or 3 weeks, clearly confirming this price action that we're seeing, and that's all we can get from this. Now, last week there was no trade. This week we have this a similar support and resistance. We'll buy when it crosses 127.67 and sell when it falls below 115.1. With a target of 2%, trailing stop loss of 1%. If neither the target or stop loss is hit, then we will close on Friday. The weekly and monthly trend is up, and that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy, and I will see you in the next video.